everyone. I welcome you all for this new session and for your new syllabus of Organization of Commerce. So hope you all are doing well. Stay home and study. So let us proceed with our subject, that is Organization of Commerce. So this is the first page of your textbook, Organization of Commerce and Management. So we'll be starting with the first chapter, that is Principles of Management. In this chapter, we are going to learn about meaning and definition of principles, then nature, significance, theories of management of Henry Fayol and Frederick Winslow Taylor. Before that, I'm giving you just a small revision what we learned in 11th. Okay, so what is management? Management is an art of getting things done through others. It depends on manager that how he is treating his employees, or by giving them perks, he is getting things done through them. Okay, if we break that word management, it is management. Okay, according to Winslow Taylor, management is knowing exactly what is to be done and seeing that it is done in best possible manner. So this is the first page, cover page of your textbook, that is Organization of Commerce of Standard 12. So we'll be learning the first lesson today, that is Principles of Management. In that, today we are going to learn introduction, meaning, nature and significance. Okay, before that, I want to give you a small revision what we learned in class 11. That is about management. Management is an art of getting things done through others. Okay, that it depends on manager that how he is getting the things done through his employees. If we break that word management, you can see that it is management, or it is how you're managing your men, how you're managing your employees. Okay, features of employees, features of management, that is, we have 7 features of management, goal oriented, group activity, intangible, and we are going to learn it in brief. Okay, so management is a goal oriented, means management is a purposeful activity which is done to achieve specific goal. Means if you are having a goal, for achieving that goal, manager has to manage things like resources, manpower to achieve that goal. Okay, then management is a group activity. Management is done by the group, not a single person. Not a single person can manage everything. Okay, next one is intangible. Intangible means we can feel it, but we cannot touch or see it. Management can be felt in the manner of success. Then continuous process. Management is necessary to the begin to start, run and control the activity. As breath is important for life, for living, in the same manner management is important for survival of organization. Next one is situational. Management is situational. It is done according to the situation. And then management is universal. It is applied in every organization, whether it is big or small, profit-making or non-profit-making organization. Then management is dynamic, means it is changed according to situations. Next slide. Then we also learned levels of management, that is top, middle and bottom. In top level comes BODs, president, CEOs. In middle, functional manager, sales manager, production manager, marketing manager. In bottom, superintendent, supervisor, foreman, etc. Now we'll actually start with our first chapter, that is Principles of Management. Okay, then first of all we'll see what is principle. Principles, they are fundamental truth. Fundamental truth means it is applied everywhere. No one can change it. Like 2 plus 2 is 4 everywhere. No one can change it. Then what is management principles? Management principles are the set of rules or guidelines which helps manager to solve the problem or to tackle the problem which comes in organization. So, nature of principle of management, that is, as we learned, universal application. It is applied everywhere in all types of organizations, small, big, then profit making, non-profit making, and in all types of organization plus all levels of management. Then comes general guidelines. A principle gives general guidelines to manager to solve the problem. But manager cannot follow that principles blindly. He needs to see the situation or which principle should be applied in that particular situation. They are not ready-made solutions for all the problems. Manager needs to modify those principles to solve that particular problem. Next. Okay, then principles are formed by practice and experiments. Means many many people have experiment those problems. They have practiced on the particular thing. They are not developed overnight. Developed after deep research work, proper observation and experiments. The next, flexibility. Okay, flexibility means can be changed. They are not rigid. They can be changed and modified according to the situation. Manager can change the principle according to the situation. They are not rigid. The next, behavioral in nature. As we know that manager is dealing with many people, many employees. It depends on manager that how he is handling his employees so that they can give more output by giving them a healthy environment, healthy working environment, by giving them fair remuneration, incentives, perks. Of course, if an employee is getting so much from organization, he will work with devotion. So principle helps manager to control the employees. Control means not like Hitler. Control means in good manner, that how to make them work to achieve the goal. Okay, next, cause and effect relationship. Cause here means reason. Reason and effect relationship. Principle of management are the base of taking decisions. They determine the cause for particular effect. As I told you, cause means reason. Okay, like if you're not studying, you're playing, and you have your exam next day, what will happen? You know, like your second example, you're not brushing your teeth before going to bed. Cavity. So cause and effect. If you're doing something, what effect it will put in the future. In the same manner, principles help manager that which principle should be used so that they so that there may not be problem in future. Okay. Then all principles are of equal importance. So all principles are practiced simultaneously to get best result in the form of achievement of predefined goals. Equal importance means like your subjects. Suppose you have 5 subjects. All are of equal importance. If you're focusing only on one subject, what will you get 100% result? No. In the same way, manager has to focus on every principle of management to achieve the goal. Okay. Next. So we are done with nature now. Now we'll start with significance. Significance means importance. Importance of principles of management. So number 1 is provide useful insight to manager. Insight means vision, a deep look. Principal helps manager to see the problem deeply, that how impact it will give in future. Okay. Help manager to find out solution, increase managerial efficiency. If manager get used to it, that for which problem I have to use the solution, he will get efficient in that field. Okay. Then helpful in efficient utilization of resources. Here you can see resources is of two types, that is physical and human. In physical resource, there comes money, material, machines, we can say non-living things. Okay. In human, it comes manpower, that are living things. So non-living thing and living thing. So it depends on manager that how he is balancing both the resources, physical and human. If he is balancing both the resources, the organizational goal will be achieved. Of course, example is given here. Use of standard tools and machinery helps in increasing quality and increasing efficiency of human resource. Means if manager is using good machinery, giving good healthy environment to employees, what will happen? Of course, the product, the quality of product will increase and the efficiency of manpower employees will also increase. Next is scientific decision. Scientific decision here means principle, as we learned that they are not developed overnight. So scientific decision here means they are giving solution, easy solution to manager to solve the problem. Manager cannot always try and error method. He cannot use try and error method every time, like A method, B method, C method. No, principal gives indirectly ready-made solution to the manager. Next one is understanding social responsibility. Principal not only focus on utilization of resources on living or non-living, but it also focuses on social responsibility, like organization should give fair remuneration, healthy working environment, then good quality product at reasonable price. Next, encourages research and development. Research and development means how you're modifying your product or how you're using your principle, how you're modifying the principle and you're using it. Like earlier it was Nokia black and white phone, then comes Android. In Android also there comes many features, different features. In the same manner, encourages research and development means principal helps manager to modify every time something new in the product. Next one is helps to coordinate and control. Here coordinate and control means to coordinate with all the different departmental heads and to control them. Then only the goal will be achieved. Then comes develops objective approach. Now manager is trained. He knows which principle to be used in which problem. So he is having very optimistic mind now that I can handle this. So he develops objective approach towards every problem. So in this way, significance helps manager to tackle the situation. So in this session, we learned about principles of management, that is their meaning, definition, the nature of principle of management, significance of principles of management. In our next session, we are going to learn about theories of management. Thank you.